things worked out pretty well. So it's going to go through and just recap on a couple of things we looked at. So one of the ones we got into was the USD CADs. We've got USD CAD here on a weekly, and you can see that prices continue to move further and further into our pattern. If you remember back, we had a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here, and we were looking to get entry off the top of this right shoulder. So we had this inverted hanging man, and then we had a pin bar, and we got in, and price just came away. Excuse me. And the week closed nice and bearish on the open. So this was the Friday, this was the Monday. On the open, it retraced in for the Monday, and the Tuesday was expected. This week, people get themselves a bit hurt. They see price moved against them, they close the trade. They would have got out here, but in anticipation of the price moving down into these levels, it did roll over on the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and it continued down into these levels. So we'll skip back up to the weekly quickly. So yeah, we're well on the way. We're over halfway now. I think we're about 70% into the trade. It may or may not spend a week doing the wrong thing now. It could plummet down into our levels, but I'm still wanting price to come right down into here. And I am not going to move where my take profit is. So right at the moment, I've got a happy trade. It's moving along nicely, and we'll continue with this one. When we get to these levels and take profit, we're going to look for more trades, because I think we've got some more opportunities to get long and then short again with a potential break and a retest. Alright guys, so happy days on that one. I was going to skip across to the pound New Zealand. So pound New Zealand, if you remember, price opened up here. So this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Now we had, last Friday was this doji, and it was a retracement, and we were expecting price to roll over and come back down into this left shoulder, head, and right shoulder pattern. So at neckline, it broke the neckline. We expected, because this is the distance out the other side from the neckline, is this depth of the shoulder. We anticipated a rollover and come back to these levels, which has done exactly that. Now I said that I may or may not have traded this short. I did like the direction short, but I didn't trade it because I couldn't find an entry. There was nothing on daily, there was nothing on H4 for me. I looked through here on H4 and there was just nothing, no interesting price action at all. So anticipating some price action on daily on the 50% or 61.8% retracement for long on the neckline, which, look at this on Friday, we've got this nice big penetration into this neckline, and it's come back and closed right at 61.8. This is a textbook heads and shoulders pattern. So right now, if we play out the pattern, what you do is you get the depth of head, which we've got here, and you put that on the other side of the neckline, and that's your target once the retest happens. So all I did was grab this, copy and move. You can see I've already got one sitting in here. We're going to get long here on a 50% retracement to this pin bar, and we're going to chase these levels up here. Okay, so this 127 extension actually correlates. If you look left, we've got a bit of resistance support through here. So at the very least 127 extension, but more like these opportunities. But if we get significant price action at the 127, we'll close the trade, but we'll just see how we go. But if we have a quick look, so 50% retracement, we've got 745 pips from our entry to our potential target. So that's 745 divided by, now I trade about a 60 to 65 pip stop loss on the pound New Zealand, which gives us an 11% trade. So that's an exciting one happening this week. So we're just going to continue with the USD CAD on the weekly, and we are going to enter on the pound New Zealand on the daily. Now they are the two trades that I'm interested in this week. The one other one I will just go through quickly. So I've got some expectations on the pound Oz. Alright, so basically on the pound Oz, so pound Oz weekly, we've been talking about this one for nearly a month now. She's been coming up. It's come through, and I anticipate this downtrend channel. I'm expecting price to come down to these levels. Now price did roll over this week, a tiny bit earlier than expected. So what I'm thinking, I don't think price will continue short from here, just based on a few other bits and pieces that I understand. I think price will probably give us a bit of a doji or a bit of an up week. I'm expecting on a weekly, in the next 1, 2, 3 to 4 weeks, price just to stay around this area, maybe a bit further down, maybe up, I'm not sure in the meantime, but in about the third or the fourth week, I'm expecting some price action up here on the weekly. And if I get a nice pin bar or something against this downtrend, got this horizontal resistance, I will be getting short on this one. So this is just something that I'm keeping a very close eye on, but nothing for this week. But let's have a quick look. To go down into here, you got 1,300 pips. Even to chase these fractal lows, you got 1,000 pips. So let's just have a quick look. Excuse me, 1,000 pips divided by, so on pound Oz we trade a 45 pip stop, so 22% trade. That one's phenomenal. If we can get a good execution on a weekly pin bar there with a nice retracement entry, and we can chase just down to these levels in here, we are going to be happy people making money. And honestly, if you can pull a trade like that off, you can hang your boots up for a week or a month or something and just go and do something else. I think that's going to be a good one. So just to recap, so continuing on USD CAD, entering on pound New Zealand, and watching closely pound Oz. Alright guys, I'm also going to put together a monthly video just on the end of Jan, start of Feb monthly close. There's some interesting price action on some of the pound pairs, so skip across to that one and have a quick look as well. Alright guys, I'll talk to you next Sunday. Best of luck. Bye.